Um, what we're going to do is we're going to see the difference between acrylic colors and watercolors on our wooden sleeves. So we just want to study the difference. I have been over the days trying to see what these wooden sleeves will accept better. Will they accept watercolor better? Will they accept acrylic better? The effects are different. I have done a few tutorials with acrylic, I have done a few tutorials with watercolors, but today we'll sit down and just do it all together, one with acrylic and one with watercolors. And what I did was I used this gesso by Brustro on Studio Gesso on both the sides of the wooden slice which I have got from Amazon. So let's go ahead, and I waited for it to dry for a few days, and roughly one night. Both the sides were dry. One side I painted first with gesso, dried it, then I did the other side, and I did this last night, so they're ready for painting in the morning. So let's go ahead and work with them. I'll start with the acrylic. This is acrylic. I have just mixed up some Prussian blue, and I'd like to start off. I'm going to build a snowman here, so I will try to avoid my snowman and just do it on the side. So if this is it, I'll cover the rest of my painting with blue. It's a little white. What I am doing is, this is his face, right? So that's the amount of space I'm getting on my little wooden slice. So I have to work with this much space, and as of now it is accepting my acrylic very beautifully. So that's how it goes. That's my snowman. And now I'd like to just dilute it really well and mix a lot of titanium white for the snow down. Okay, that's it. Wash it off, clear it off. Now we'd like to use uh, absolute. We just outlined the snowman. We'll do his hat with black. We have his hat, and then what else do we want to draw attention to? A little bit of the outline. Just keep it a creamy consistency so we can get his face right. Right? That's one circle. Then we need another circle. And then that's our third circle. And our snowman is ready. Right? What do we have to do now? We have to just build in his eyes. Just take the center of his face and put in 2 dots for his eyes. See, we're working with very less space. So do feel, um, if you feel that it's difficult, just keep working. Buttons, you got his buttons right, right? There. And now what we're going to do is just build up his nose. Take another color, another brush for his nose. And that's his carrot. That's the carrot. Let's see how we can do a nice beautiful carrot with a little black. Make it dark, just a little bit, so we get a darker tinge. Okay, not too dark, but, and then we go right from here. That's it. Thicker there, lighter there, and his carrot nose is ready. What else is left? I need to draw the ice coming out a little bit, so I'll just wait for this to dry, and I think I'll make it a little darker, a little darker. Right? That's it. Blend the two. So you don't go into his carrot. Right, so now this is our snow, so we should get some more white for this. We can use gesso. What happens when we use gesso is we get an opaque color. Okay, just a little bit here, and we are done. And this is how well it has accepted our uh, acrylic color. Now we'll wait for this to dry, and we'll put in his mouth. Right, we got to put in his mouth. We'll use black. Use black for the mouth, just little dots going. Okay, that's his mouth. Now what's left? What's left is his beautiful scarf. Again, that's red. We just do his scarf. and we are done. Just give it a little darkness over here so we get the shading right, and then little scarves, what we find on scarves, right? And our snowman is done. We could darken his cap a bit. Put a little dot here. There, that's a snowman in acrylic. There we go. Right? Now we'll do this something in watercolors. We'll just draw a tree line. This was my acrylic. I'm going to close it and come in for my wash my brush. We just draw a tree line. Just take it like that. That's just a tree line, and we'll draw some. This is my watercolor. Let it seep in there. Alright, that's all we have here. And we'll do a light blue just to make the sky. A very simple watercolor, just to see whether it's going to accept, what is it going to accept better. A little bit of snow here, right? We have to wait for this to dry before we draw a tree line. In the meantime, the one with the acrylic, we could give it little ink marks to show the snow. Right, I'll just dry this black for the trees. So let's take pure black and draw our lines, thin lines. Place it here. do a little shadow. We do have the shadow of a tree fall on the snow, right? So just draw the shadow. What I found the difference between acrylic and watercolors is I cannot pull my colors in acrylic, but watercolors I can see, like if I want to draw a shadow and I just take it here and pull it out with a wet brush. Snow sitting there. Now all I need to do is I need a thinner brush and I have to put in my little red flowers. Let's see, where do I place them? Okay, too much paint, too much paint. I have to pull that out. Too much paint, pull it out. I have taught you that many times. Or dab it out. Ornament is ready, and now what we need to do is just put in some gesso as raindrop, little snow. What's a snow seeing without snow? Put it on the side of your trees. The tree branch is holding the snow. That's how it should look. Don't overdraw it. Just make a bokeh here. It's not going too well. Okay, so that's our watercolor, that's our acrylic. This is our acrylic, this is our watercolor, and we are done. And if you'd like to do something more, see, we have a very small space to work on, so don't overdo it in any way. We have darker tones, we have lighter tones, and if you want very dark tones, just a little bit of a very dark tone, so mix Prussian blue with a little bit of black just to give it some highlight in the trees down. Let's give it a little highlight. If you feel it's lost its light, watercolor tends to lose its light. So always you need to go over it, right? That's it. And what we always do with our we just dab some golden around it. We love to do that, so let's add some gold around it. Let's see if it's accepting it. We don't know, we don't know. Just a little bit. Just a ring around, signifying that it's an ornament. Okay, we could even try out white. silver metallic. No, not really going. Go back to your gold or bronze or whatever you like. Just a little outline. Just gives it a little finish. Don't need to go all the way down. I think we leave it like that. The metallic didn't really come onto the just do these little strokes, they look pretty. So that's our watercolor, that's our acrylic. Tell me which you liked better. Thank you for watching.